Hey guys, welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Andrew Seegers, and this time we're joined by Derek Bittner and special guest Trailer Drake from The Game Theorist to discuss our ideas for a third DLC pack coming to Mario Kart 8. So let's get started. Alright guys, so Nintendo's financial report came out recently, and there's quite a bit of news in it. Most of it's not earth-shattering, but there were some interesting things I wanted to talk about. And one of those is the fact that a lot of sites are reporting that that their release basically confirms that there's more DLC coming to Mario Kart 8. Now here's the thing though, if you actually read through it, it's unclear if it's talking about upcoming DLC or simply Pack 2, because it sounds like it may actually have been written before Pack 2 came out, in which case it would have actually been referring to Pack 2, which is part of the upcoming fiscal year it was discussing, which started back in March. But with that said, assuming that is the case, that doesn't rule out more DLC coming to Mario Kart 8. After all, Packs 1 and 2 seem to have been pretty successful, so it's definitely an option for Nintendo to make more. And as such, I thought it would be fun for us to discuss what Nintendo could do for a Pack 3, including our realistic ideas, which retro tracks we'd like to see return, as well as our more outlandish ideas, which probably won't come true at all. So, let's go start with you, Drake. What is your first prediction for Pack 3?
Well, before I say anything, I gotta say, they could make any bit of DLC and I would just buy it instantly. I mean, Packs 1 and 2 have been a great success, so even if they are or are not referring to a Pack 3, I'm still gonna buy it because, well, Nintendo has had a hook in my wallet ever since I was born, so that's not gonna change anytime soon.
Nintendo's new revenue streams are finding new ways to exploit the people that grew up with them, I feel like.
Right? No, realistically, I'd like to see some of the characters that have been in previous games return. Like, where was Diddy Kong? Where was Birdo? Those are main characters we see in every single spin-off game, and it's just ridiculous they haven't made an appearance in this one. So, yeah, I'd, dish out some money to get them back. But also, what I really, really want is Wiggler to come back, because I want Wriggler to ride a Wiggler bicycle.
Okay, I was totally not on board before, but I don't care about Wiggler at all. But when you put it that way, I'm totally on board.
Wiggler on Wiggler action, am I right?
It's too meta, man.
It is
too much.
I think there aren't enough big characters, which is why I really love Petey Piranha and King Boo from Double Dash. And I really think that we need some more giant characters that aren't just Bowser and another skin of Bowser.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that. I love how big Mario Kart's A's roster is. The problem is, it's so easy to just group them together. It feels like there's only 4 characters.
Exactly.
You've got the core Mario cast that we see in every game, you've got the Koopalings, you've got the babies, and you got the metal characters.
Well, what they should have done is they should have made it like Smash Bros, where you have Bowser Jr., which, by the way, why isn't Bowser Jr. in here? We have all the Koopalings, but not him. You should have been able to just click on Bowser Jr. and be able to click on all the other Koopalings as separate skins for him, kind of like how we have for the Yoshis and the Shy Guys that we got for when you bought DLC Packs 1 and 2. It would have just made it a bit more streamlined instead of it just feeling like it's, oh, well, they're all the same character but with different hair.
You know what's funny? I think it shows how much disdain I have for Bowser Jr. that I didn't even realize he's not in the game.
Oh, man.
You just mentioned him. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess he's not.
I like Bowser Jr. Screw you, Andre.
It is odd how many of the classic characters are just not there. No Birdo, no Bowser Jr., no Diddy Kong. I'd also love to see King Boo or Petey Piranha come back. There's some great characters that for whatever reason are just not here. And I've been saying for a while, one of my, I don't know when we're going to do an E3 prediction video, but that was always going to be part of my E3 predictions, is that I'd be shocked if Nintendo does not do any more Mario Kart 8 DLC. It's selling well. I know a lot of people, they just have their hooks in, they're going to buy these because they've been such a great value. And so, I mean, if we want to be the most realistic, the easiest thing to predict with future DLC is just continuing what they've been doing.
Right.
Where it's 2 new cups, 8 new courses, maybe some returning ones, a mix of returning ones with new ones, and maybe some crossover characters. That makes the most sense, and really, if they just kept doing that, I'd be perfectly happy.
So what's your prediction, Derek?
I'd be shocked if at some point, if they decide to do a third DLC pack, if Captain Falcon is not a playable character.
See, I put him in my unrealistic ones because Nintendo does not care about F-Zero in the slightest.
No, but there's a fact that everything else from F-Zero is in the game already.
I know, but here's the thing. You can already play as Captain Falcon if you scan the Captain Falcon amiibo that nobody has because amiibos are hard to find, and then dress up your Mii. I know it's not the same.
Isn't there a Link costume too, though?
Yeah, there is a Link costume. Okay, fine. We're going to bring in logic into this. I mean, I would love to see it, but I just don't think it's going to happen because Nintendo has shown time and time again they really don't care about F-Zero, and they're stupid for not doing so, but I don't know.
You say that, yet F-Zero did have a section in Nintendo Land, so it's not entirely forgotten.
Yeah,
Plus, they've gotten
right.
2 more courses. You know, I mean, they haven't done main games, so you can say what you want about that. I mean, it's crazy they haven't had an actual new game for F-Zero, but I don't think it's entirely forgotten in that case. So I still think Captain Falcon is something that could easily happen. It's maybe they were using the other stuff to just sort of gauge if people would be actually interested in Captain Falcon as a character for Mario Kart 8.
Just watch them put Samurai Goro in there and not even put Captain Falcon at all.
That'd be kind of amazing. So actually, that's one of my predictions, though. Is I do think if there is a third pack, I think Captain Falcon has to be a part of it. We've had the Blue Falcon. Now we got a different F-Zero track in each of the DLC packs. I feel like Captain Falcon, he has to be here at some point. Everything else about him, including his freaking costume, is in the game. I think he'd be a cool character to have here. I think it would make sense, given everything else about Mario Kart 8's DLC.
I'd love to see the tricks he performs.
If he says "show your moves" every time you do a stunt.
Oh no! Would he be like squished in the cart just like how Link is?
Oh yeah.
Link has his knees like hanging up to his head when he's in his cart. I would love to see Captain Falcon just in this itty bitty blue Falcon just riding around.
No, I've got it. Instead of getting back to the stunt thing, instead of saying "show your moves," I want him to say "Falcon," followed by whatever stunt it is. Falcon jump.
Falcon flip.
Oh, that'd be so good.
No, it wouldn't.
Alright, get out of here, Drake. It'd be amazing.
Alright.
Or you fine, we'll compromise. It can be his horn. You can just say that every time you honk his horn.
Falcon!
Yeah.
Falcon! That'd be great.
Alright. Actually, speaking of F-Zero real quick, I can't help but feel like, or wonder rather, if all this isn't build up to something, right? We've had F-Zero in Nintendo Land. We've had his costume now. We've had, he's been in Smash Brothers, and we've had all this stuff in Mario Kart 8. Like, I feel like it has to be building up to another F-Zero at some point.
You would hope so. I mean, all signs sort of point to it, but you never know. Like, they could do all this and then nothing's going to happen. I mean, let's be honest. We got Excite Bike in there as well. I don't see a new Excite Bike coming out anytime soon.
Hey, way to rush my hopes and dreams, man.
I'm sorry, but but with F-Zero, of course, there has been more to it. So there is the hope there, and God, we just need a new F-Zero game, because I did enjoy GX. I got my butt kicked in it, but I did really enjoy it, and I'd love to see what they could do with the Wii U with that system. I mean, as far as just track designs and visuals, I don't need motion controls or anything like that.
All right, Drake, do you have any other predictions? Or realistic predictions?
Ones that are realistic, no.
Okay. Unless, do you have any more, Derek?
I'd love to see them add in, new characters like Egad or Fawful or Toadsworth. Ooh, I think those would be really good additions. I think they'd be... I don't know. I'd love to see Egad riding around on a Poltergust car from DS.
Right.
He's so much fun. Because, I don't know, he's been in a lot of games. He was just in Dark Moon. I'd love to see him come back, because, I don't know, I've always really liked Egad.
He actually hasn't... I don't think he's actually been in that many games. I think he's actually been pretty neglected. He's in the Luigi's Mansion games. He was slightly referenced in Mario Sunshine, and I think he appeared in one of Mario and Luigi's. I think that's about it.
Pretty much, but same sort of thing with Toadsworth. But it's just one of those side characters that you can't help but kind of enjoy.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd like to see him here, especially with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon apparently doing as well as it has based on the sales figures that came out. I think that'd be cool.
I love Egad.
Yeah, he'd be a good character to help diversify the roster even further. With that said, I don't think that's going to happen. My prediction for another racer coming back is, kind of as Drake touched on, I think Birdo has a good chance of coming back. Simply because they had that poster in the game already, showing like the women of Mario Kart or the women racers or something. And it's got like Daisy on there and then Birdo as well. And she's nowhere else to be found in the game. So I at the time I thought that might have been a hint to upcoming DLC, and I'm hoping it still is. It's
a key character. She's shown up so many times in Mario side games that it's just weird that she's not in here.
And I'm also going to predict, since with each DLC pack so far they brought in a character or two from a new IP. Putting aside Captain Falcon if that happens, I'm going to say Kirby. I think Kirby would have a good chance of being represented here, and especially because I would love to see a Dreamland track.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
If they're going to bring in a Kirby track, I think it'd be really cool if they brought in something from Kirby Air Ride.
Well, there was Dreamland tracks in Air Ride, weren't there?
Yeah, but I mean, like one that's specifically from Air Ride, just kind of like updated into the Mario Kart look, kind of like how we did for Big Blue and Mute City.
That'd be cool. I mean, that'd be awesome. I'm actually one of the few people who actually like Kirby Air Ride, mostly for City Trial. But yeah, that'd be awesome if they actually brought back something from that game and changed it to work with this.
Would Kirby ride his Warp Star?
There has to be a Warp Star car.
Yeah, and actually the Kirby Air Ride courses would work really well with the anti-gravity mechanic of Mario Kart 8. Because, you're already flying all over the place in that game. There were even flying segments, so that would actually work perfectly with the hang gliding too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so it sounds like we're about out of realistic ideas, but it sounds like we all have some ideas for retro tracks we'd like to see return. So yeah, what do you guys, are there any that stood out to you from Mario Kart's past that you want to see come back for the next DLC pack?
Well, since Ash is not here and he's currently in Japan, I gotta
Airship
represent
Fortress.
Airship Fortress. I mean, I agree with him. Airship Fortress is a great track. Honestly, I'd like to see a lot of the stuff from Mario Kart DS show up. Airship Fortress was great. Great. Waluigi Pinball, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I even always kind of like Yoshi Falls from that game, but we already have like a Yoshi based track in another one, in one of the other courses. But there's so many really great retro tracks they could do so much with. I mean, I even like to see DK Mountain come back. From Double Dash. I love that course back in Double Dash.
Oh, that's like top of my list. That's one of the best Mario Kart tracks ever made. Also because it's probably the best Mario Kart that was ever made. So
that sounds like an unpopular opinion, Andre.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, that was a really fun one, and I think I love just how how well it captures the feel of Mario Kart, or what I feel like the ideals of Mario Kart. I feel like where it's just kind of bouncing all over the place. It feels out of control. That'd be a fun one. Nice
corners that you can take, and if you come too short, you'll fall in the holes. Some hills for trick opportunities. That visual aspect of just shooting towards the mountain. It's a great all-encompassing course.
Yeah.
See, I've always been really partial to Mario Kart Wii, which I know that people aren't really into that game, but I would, even though these two courses I'm about to mention have appeared in Mario Kart 7, which was literally the previous iteration, I would love to see Maple Treeway come back, and also Coconut Mall. Those are two of my favorite courses in all of Mario Kart history.
Interesting. I don't know if I feel quite as strong about Coconut Mall, but I wouldn't mind having it back. I actually agree with you on Mario Kart Wii. I actually really enjoyed that game. And
so fun.
Yeah, it was a really fun game. I think it actually had some great track designs. So, Maple Treeway would be a good one to have back. From that same game, actually, I would love to see Mushroom Gorge come back.
Yeah, I knew what you're talking about.
Right, that was a really fun one.
I loved bouncing on the mushrooms. That was probably my favorite part of the entire course.
Right? That was just such a great idea. It was because it had the alternate routes too you could take with the mushrooms.
Which also really encapsulates what Mario Kart is all about, especially nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. And actually, that game also had DK Mountain, so that's partially why that game has such a great track selection. For next up, I guess for me, I would like to see Delfino Square come back.
Yeah,
right? And that was actually also Mario Kart Wii, as I recall.
Yes,
that was also a great track.
Delfino Square was awesome. DS had a really great selection of tracks. I feel it is my favorite of the Mario Kart series.
Didn't DS also have Peach Beach?
It did. It did. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is in Mario Kart 8.
So I just love those tracks are always so much fun. I'd love to see any of them come back, really, including, of course, Delfino Square.
You know what I want?
No.
I want a Rainbow Road course where it's just all Rainbow Roads.
You mean go from Rainbow Road to Rainbow Road to Rainbow Road?
All four of them in a Grand Prix.
Oh, I see. So you would actually be cool. I can start this again into dream content now. It'd be cool if you could make your own Grand Prix, right?
Ooh, that'd be really cool.
Wouldn't that be really neat? So if they brought back, because I think are there three? There's 3 Rainbow Roads currently, right?
I think there's 4 now.
Yes.
Oh, are there 4 now?
Not.
There's the original one.
Yeah.
From
You're thinking of Ribbon Road, I think, as a 4th.
Yeah. There's only 3.
Yeah, so
Okay,
they added one more. You could do the Grand Prix thing, and that would be pretty awesome, actually. So
Yeah.
which Rainbow Road though would you want to see back? I know, I got mine. Double Dash.
Yeah, Double Dash.
Yeah, that one is pretty good, so I'd have to agree with that.
I
We
know
already have 64 back. I want 64 brought back to its proper glory, though.
Oh, they need at least double the amount of laps on that track.
Well, there's your another dream, sort of unrealistic expectations. Allow us to adjust the track length through our.
That would be so good. Why isn't that a thing? Why can't you adjust laps? I'm just gonna throw it out there. You couldn't Double Dash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't quite work for the the one-lap tracks, but I feel like they could even make that work, right? Just add like a blast barrel at the bottom or a warp point or something. You just warp back to the top again.
A giant green pipe.
Yeah,
just
there you go.
Go into it and go back up.
Exactly.
Man, now, if we're talking about unrealistic stuff, I would love for them to bring back classic battle mode, where it's actually an arena.
I mean, that's really the main thing. The core mechanics are pretty okay for the most part, but they definitely should add some custom built arenas for it. Or just, as I said before, just bring back the arenas from Mario Kart Wii. Right? And people actually play with them now.
No, I would totally pay good money just to play those games, or play the battle mode again. That was a huge part of basically any party whenever you're a young adult.
No, I remember just going with my friends and, testing out battle mode after a couple races and just having a blast with it. And, I don't think I even attempted battle mode, because as soon as I saw it in Mario Kart 8, I was just like, no, it's not for me. It has no interest for me. And I'd love to see them try to do something more with battle mode. But yeah, as we said, this is unrealistic. I don't think that's really a concern for them. It's just sort of like, well, it's a wash. Let's just move on, I'll tell you what I would love to see back, and I know it's just not going to happen as much as I want. I want mission mode from Mario Kart DS to come back. Some real meaty single-player content.
You guys just took all of my dream content.
Oh, sorry. Well, one of the bigger problems I have with Mario Kart 8 is that its single-player content is woefully lacking. There's just not much to do in the game if you're just playing by yourself, other than trying to get all the stars for all the different Grand Prix. So a mission mode would really help with that. You could do, you have so many different characters, so many different maps, things you could really do something fun with that idea. I just don't see them really doing anything with it.
Man, why don't we just bring back all of Diddy Kong Racing? we have its single player campaign. We bring back the elephant. We bring in Banjo. Everybody talking about Banjo for Smash. Banjo for Mario Kart 8. Come on,
dude. I've actually been saying for years, I'm amazed Nintendo hasn't done something closer in style to Diddy Kong Racing. I mean, because Mario's always been about his 3D, or actually all of his games really, exploring, having these large worlds you can go around and check out, find secrets. And Mario Kart has not capitalized on that at all, whereas Diddy Kong Racing did. They combined everything to a central hub. They had different missions you could check out. Why hasn't Mario Kart done that? I mean, mission mode kind of touched on that a little bit, but very loosely, so...
It would make so much sense, because I even remember I really liked Crash Team Racing as a kid, because it had a pretty major single-player content. I mean, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed had some pretty major single-player content. I love playing these games, and it actually feels like it makes me better, especially, mission mode type stuff, because it helps you through the technicals, and really, understanding how to work your car the best in order to, do better on the racetrack. So I'd love to see mission mode or some way to just flesh out single player in Mario Kart 8.
Well, I'd like to add to that real quick, because Nintendo's all about, local co-op and playing with your friends and everything, but Nintendo, not all of us have friends. Some of us are complete losers. I need some single player because I don't have a lot of friends.
not many local friends as it goes.
Well, it sounds like Splatoon's going to be for you then.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm so
Actually,
excited.
That would be something. What about the Inkling?
Ooh, that makes sense. That would be an amiibo bonus.
Well, those things are scary in Smash Brothers. There's amiibo, there's costumes for the Splatoon. But no, a level based on that would be cool. One of the characters, I could totally see them working in Smash. I'd love to see it. I think
that'd be great promotion too.
It would be, it would be really cool. I could see a track maybe taking place in Inkopolis, and then you enter the sewer to get to. What is it? Octavia?
Well, the Octarian. It's the Octarians. I forget what their world's called, but interacting with the Octarians. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, or if you could dip in and out of different ink, they'd be like water, I guess you can drive through.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I think the ink would probably slow you down a little bit.
Yeah,
more than likely, because you can't really go underneath the ink because it's solid. I don't think you would be able to see underneath.
And that'd be a whole new mechanic.
Filter. Yeah. I'll tell you another one I'd like to see get in there, another character, Pac-Man. Just because he's in the arcade version. Get him in the main version. They can do that. Let's do it.
That actually would be pretty cool. I'd be on board for that.
Let's bring some of the arcade tracks in. I mean, they haven't been brought into a home console release, to my knowledge.
They haven't. I took a look at a few. Like I was actually when I was looking for when we were doing initial predictions. I think for Pack 2, I thought Wild Woods was maybe one of the courses from the arcade, and I watched a lot of the arcade courses. They're honestly kind of boring looking.
Yeah,
like,
I've played.
You're kind of boring looking.
I know.
I've played, I think, all 3 of the arcade games, and yeah, like I guess it's hard to separate how much I dislike the gameplay in them from the track design, but very little of those games really excites me that much, so I don't know if I'd really want to see those tracks here.
Didn't want them anyway.
Trust me, if you get them, you won't want them.
Yeah, that's true.
Although I will say the newest Mario Kart arcade game does have like a Double Dash style co-op mode. I mean, barely.
Where they can fuse together and make one giant cart.
That's right. So that's
bring that
progress.
in.
I'll give Namco progress. They're closer to Double Dash than Nintendo is right now. So
Okay, something that's completely unrealistic is I'd like some new items to come in. I really think that we're just inevitably going to get Super Smash Kart because at the rate we're going, yeah. Why not bring in like a hook shot item where you shoot it forward and if you hit somebody, you immediately catch up to where they are.
that would be really cool. Actually, that'd be like the magnet in Diddy Kong Racing.
Exactly.
That's a really good idea. Like I actually just love the idea of having any new items at all. Like I am so sick of the item and the item balance right now in Mario Kart 8. Like if they just changed the item balance by itself, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
But new items would be great. Like just even one more item would help mix it up a little bit more than what's currently there.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think of other items that would work pretty well.
Like,
trying to think Kirby.
I always thought something cool would be one based on the Sumo Brothers, so in like Mario World, where you could maybe jumped in the air, stomped on the ground, it caused like electric bolts to follow along the track, so it would take anyone in front of you for like some ways.
That'd be cool.
Maybe like an ice flower, kind of akin to the fire flower, where it temporarily like freezes you in place.
Yeah, actually, that would work well. Yeah,
No, that would actually be pretty cool because you get frozen. You wouldn't be frozen in place. You still have your momentum, but you wouldn't be able to turn.
Oh, that would be really cool. Actually, it'd be really
Yeah.
annoying. It'd be really cool though.
Yeah,
It's
would be.
really annoying unless you have it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, I like this idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think any new items at all would just be awesome.
Oh man, no, it's too ambitious. I was thinking the double cherry. Like you have a false like clone that could divert the items, but there's no way that like we'd have to lessen how many racers we actually have on the course. I think
Yeah.
it'd get a little too crazy.
Can you imagine like all 16 people, or all 12 rather, having a double cherry with like 24 racers out there?
Oh no, I don't like that.
Or destructible. We can add in destructible environments and have like a mega mushroom be an item, and you can just crush everybody.
Right.
Amazing.
All right, here's my ultimate dream scenario, and I think people already know where I'm going with this. A double dash mode, a true 2-player co-op mode.
God damn it, Andre.
It's never gonna happen. Give it up.
Not with that attitude, Derek.
He's never gonna give it up or let it down.
Oh no, I'm definitely not.
I mean, it's a good idea. It's a nice way to get people in there, but I guess the fear is like the second person not quite being as active as the original. I mean, some people would mix it up quite a bit. Other people might not as much. They'd be stuck in the back, maybe using an item when you can.
Well, the problem is now, because the new drifting mechanic takes away some of what the original player would do, which is earn the sparks, the blue and red sparks. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like you get items frequently enough. I don't think that'd be much of a concern. Especially if they added punching back in too, like if they could control punching. And,
the punching would be good. Yeah.
That was my favorite part of Double Dash, was that if you're Wario, you could punch the babies whenever they're driving by. And then Wario would taunt, and he would slap his butt. I always had too much fun with that.
Oh, I hear you, man. That was punching. Like maybe it's not even Double Dash I want back. I just want like a punching mode back. Mario Kart Punch Edition.
Super Smash Kart.
Road Rash version.
Exactly. There you go. All right. Is there anything else you want to mention before we wrap it up here, or?
It kind of just came to me. It's something very small, but I wouldn't be interested. We have Rosalina in there. Like, why not instead of like Baby Rosalina? Why didn't we get Luma instead?
Oh, yeah, Luma would be cool.
We still would have got that light requirement. It would still be another very light character like the babies. It's just a new character, you know?
Yep, that's true.
Well, how about, we bring in the teen characters. We get Teen Mario, and we get Teen Luigi.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I think we're done.
I killed it.
Alright, I think that wraps it for us here, so thanks for watching, guys. If you liked our video, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain, which you can find links to in the description below. It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post. And Drake, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you at?
They know the drill. They can find me everywhere. Go to my personal channel, listen to my very obnoxious voice, Twitter.
Alright, you are not allowed to talk about obnoxious voices while on our discussion videos.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was on GameXplain for a second.
Alright guys, of course keep an eye on GameXplain.com for more on Mario Kart 8, hopefully, and other things gaming as well. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.